And howdy, everybody. Uh, we're here. And yeah, married Ron. She's can't stay long. She's super tired. Um, I saw your video from your dance, that you did on Saturday. That was really awesome. I wanted to see more. Um, Married Raw is super talented. She not only sings beautifully, but she also belly dances. So
Cool.
you know, uh, but lots of love and um, yes, happy everybody. Uh,
I'm a belly builder.
I built too much.
Oh, what?
I built too much.
Well, right.
I have six pack abs. They're just in the ice chest.
I was about to say, yeah, that joke. Yeah, you got a six pack just in the ice cooler. So, that's okay. Oh. Well, I hope everyone is having a good week so far, and if not, we'll try and cheer you up. Because it's the holiday season and people are a little crazy, but uh, and no, I'm not. You're giving Darren's giving me this quizzical look, and no, not you. I'm talking about like everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the traffic we had to deal with, it always seems worse around the holidays, but it's because people are out and about. Oh. Oh yeah, and Mary Roger just got zills. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, okay, and sarcastic. I hope that paper turned out good. And safe travels back home.
Yeah, that paper probably has a lot of writing on it.
And yes, the question: did the Egyptians have an equivalent of the winter solstice? Not to my knowledge. And here's something else funny. What I have been learning this past year, I've been trying to learn a little bit about the Mesopotamian calendar. They observed something for the summer and winter solstice, but it was actually offset. It was not on the day of the solstice because they couldn't measure time as accurately as we can. So um, they didn't have it on. We know that the longest day of the year is June 21st or so, and the longest night of the year is December 21st or thereabouts. And we know that it shifts from the 20th to the 21st, but that's because we can keep more accurate count of the time. They couldn't, and so it was a little more approximate. And so, like what the Babylonians did is you had four sisters, two from one temple and two from another, and two of them represented the daylight and the others represented night, and they would go and they would trade places to try and balance out the day and the night, but they would actually observe it a little bit later than the actual day of the solstice. And so that's why the Egyptians didn't have something on the day of the solstice, because they didn't know, down to the minute when was the longest.
You guys, they just hadn't had an update on their devices yet. That's all.
Yeah, their app wasn't functioning properly.
Right. Cut them a break.
Yeah. So.
Never know with those tablets.
So. We don't. I think they all. And to be honest with you, I think there might have been, it might be that some festival that we know about already might have had a significance for that, but we would just have to kind of look at it. So it's a tough question, but I do know that there was a festival for Neith and Sobek, that was roughly around the time that we do Christmas. And so, that's considering that green is associated with Sobek and red is associated with Neith. I'm like, well, hey, they're like perfectly set up for the whole Christmas decor. So, that's what we'll be doing. So, with that in mind, we'll go ahead and get started, because this evening, we're doing our version of establishing the celestial cow. There are other groups that would celebrate this a little bit later, and because they start 2 weeks or so later than we do, for them it usually falls right around Christmas. But
we'll eat all the snacks before they get to.
yeah, and in I think it's in the Cairo calendar that it says for this day, you know eat honey, not milk, so like honey snacks, so. And this was when, after Sekhmet goes on a rampage and then is, made happy again, then the celestial cow, which can be seen as Newt, and Newt and Hathor actually were kind of combined at certain points as well. And so that's when, the Arch of Heaven is established, and the day and the night, commence, and Ra is lifted up on the horns of the cows, which you see on certain goddesses like Hathor and Isis. I think because Aset gives birth to Horus, who's like the also associated with the sun, almost like the next generation of the sun child. That's how she acquired the horns with the sun disk. So that's the story behind that. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I bet I know one reason why you didn't want to bring a cup of coffee in here, because it would be a lot.
Bring on the cool waters.
Right. those would be incompatible. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh, guess they wanted to do that first. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This technique purifies me. Hail unto you, Nachu. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, our purity is in our hearts, and we've cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure.
That was cold, man.
Dude, I'm not trying it. I don't do anything to it to make it especially cold. It just is. Here. Poor thing, you're just sensitive. I wonder if the microphone picked up that gasp.
There better be some super things for that. I suffer every week.
Oh, Darren. Darren, come on.
Well, I don't know if the mic caught it, but the phone did.
And hi Alex. Let's see. We need Cool Waters merch. I'd love to Alexis, Nini, and Mary meet everyone. Glad you could join us. And Cool Waters merch. Gonna have to work on that.
Don't forget about wheelchair Jesus too.
Well, I have to give our pal Ran credit for that, because that was kind of her joke, and that's something we'd have to collab, I guess, with her on that. But
not necessarily.
But But I think the cool water so might be something funny. All right, but here we go. Something has you just tickled.
I want a percentage of the Cool Waters merch.
That'll be something for next year. Right now, I'm actually I did post an update to Patreon and an image from I just took a picture of some of the stuff I'm working on. There will be some really cool artwork for some really cool merch to come out of that, but I'm just uh, knee deep, and you can ask Darren. I'm like drawing constantly now, so but it's one of the spaces I like to be in. So we welcome this Eye of Horus. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Welcome in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in, wherever they may be, to everyone who will be tuning in, wherever you are. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
You arise in the Aketis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Hathor, O Sekhmet, you daughters of Ra, and you Nechiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyanechuru, these cool waters are the Eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunachiru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O Yunachiru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunachiru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yunachiru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Hathor, mistress of Nindera, in her house, and Sekhmet the Great within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Hathor, for Sekhmet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Hathor, O Sekhmet. Come to your bodies, O Yunachiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Hathor, before Sekhmet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepra Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, and light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we bring these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Orekeru ta henket kakao abdu senachurmahan kutnebet nafra wabet anket nachurim and kawan naku kunibu ma herinibu hirnachra. A voice offering, bread, beer, thousand of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great God. And we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cow shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This fed is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And we will light Sekhmet's candle. And Jory wanted to pass on thanks because his aunt finally had her surgery and it was successful.
Yay.
And we need to say prayers for Morgan because he has surgery on Monday.
Yes. Our great pal.
Yes. So yes, our pal who was crying in the shower after we had him help us with the mummy wrapping. Yeah, he has back surgery on Monday. So we want him to come out of it better and able to recover and
skydive.
Well, do more fun stuff with us. So
with feathers.
Well,
may Sekhmet see him well.
Yes. Hail, O Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Isfet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And we ring our sistrum to chase away the cares of the goddesses, to bring joy to their hearts. And read for Hathor. Here we are. Hail, O Hathor, the golden lady, mistress of love, a beautiful one who comes in joy, mistress of dancing and revelry, beloved daughter of Ra, lady of turquoise and gold, you light up the sky with your brilliance. Shine upon all faces and bless us with your love. O Eye of Ra, may you defend us from evil. O Mistress of the West, may you embrace our blessed dead and guide us safely to them when our day of mooring comes. And last but certainly not least, and the one that Darren sometimes refers to as my boss, as in, mine, not his. But to Ra. Now come to be the words of the Lord of all. I am a tomb when I was alone. I came into being in noon. I am Ra in his rising, in the beginning ruling that which he has made. I am the great God who came into being himself, the waters, noon, the father of the gods. What does it mean? It is Ra who created the names of his limbs. They have come into being as the gods in Ra's suite. I am unopposed among the gods. I am yesterday, I know tomorrow. What does it mean? Yesterday is Osiris, tomorrow is Ra, on that day of destroying the wicked foes of the Lord of all, and of crowning his son Horus. I made the battleground of the gods, as Osiris, lord of the western desert, commanded. I know the great god which is in it. I am the great phoenix who is in Nu. I am the overseer of that which exists. What does it mean? It is Osiris, otherwise said. That which exists is his body. Otherwise said, it is eternal renewal, Neheh, and everlastingness, Jed. Eternal renewal is the day, everlastingness is the night. I am Min in his going forth. I have placed the dual plumes on my head. I am the great cat who split the Ashed on its side in Nu, on that night of war, of warding off the rebels, on that day on which were destroyed the wicked foes of the Lord of all. What does it mean? That great cat who split the Ashed on its side in Nu is Ra himself, called Cat when Sia said of him, how like him by what he has done. Miu, and his name became Cat. Wrongdoing is overthrown, evil is destroyed. I have seen Ra born from the hindquarters of the great flood. If he is well, then I am well, and vice versa. Okay. And if there are any other requests for prayers for well-being, we certainly want anyone who's sick to find healing, anyone who's feeling down to find light and lightheartedness, and know that you're loved.
Let's see. Jehuti would be also in charge of techno widgets.
Yes, he would. Oh goodness! So,
Jehuti, would you please fix my headphones?
okay, yes.
Or provide me with ample resource to get the most elaborate ones I can find.
Yes, Darren needs a new headset. It seems like a simple thing, but Darren has ended up counseling people and doing interventions on the PlayStation Network on his headset.
Right, I save people's lives with my gaming headsets.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've realized is the better the sound and the better the mic, the more important, because that way I can hear changes in breathing.
You can hear what people are doing.
I can hear what people are not saying, and that helps me.
Yes, so Jehuti, if you can help him, because I can vouch for the fact that he uses his headphones for good. So, we ask for your kind assistance, and also because I know it's finals week and people have been working on papers and stuff like that. May everyone go home with good grades, and look forward to a rocking new semester or quarter, whichever the case may be, after the holidays. And I'll check and see. Okay, solemn sense. Prayers for sorting myself and my emotions out so I can have a clear trajectory for the incoming year and not only benefit myself, but those I cherish. That's a wonderful prayer.
You know what? We could all benefit from that one.
All right. Well, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's show that. Yes, apparently, if you throw lots of icons up there, sometimes the YouTube is like, "What is this?" And it asks me if it's okay to show that or to hide that. But yes, the offering icons, those are cool. Um, and Alex prayers for solace, security, peace, introspection, and wisdom. Um, there are many memories that are coming back in the form of nightmares and flashbacks.
Oh my.
Yeah. Um,
I have been there
yeah.
more often than I care to admit.
Yeah, and didn't you say
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes daily.
Any suggestions?
Therapy. And the other thing I'm going to advise, or I want you to contemplate something. Sometimes we can go through so much that we seem to go through that which we have not gone through. Acknowledge if you sense something, fear, anger, a strike, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge that you felt it and then ask yourself, did it happen? If it did, let those people that did it to you bear the burden of that responsibility. You give it away. If it didn't, you command that it leave. Because that's just the remnants of what happened to you trying to do further harm.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to recommend professional help because it's something that can happen to the most sane, strong, helpful, kind, decent of people.
Oh, and by the way, apparently the hymn that I was reading, that's chapter 17 of the Book of the Dead. Some folks recognize it, says, "Oh my God, I was working on a flow chart for that," which is completely awesome. Yeah, because it's going through all of these different manifestations and these aspects for Ra, and it refers to a lot of other myth cycles and concepts. So it's almost like, and that's actually kind of an abridged version because there's more of it that talks about the pure lake when Ra comes up in the morning. And,
right,
and
I was going to say what you read was abridged.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's really cool that you're working on a flow chart. That is completely awesome.
Good for you.
And you guys y'all are really building some great resources that need to go and we need to compile these and put them on the website or
actually we need to put them in a book for the church
or something. Yeah.
For the church.
Yeah, because what y'all are doing that's building our literature. So.
Yeah. Good job, y'all.
Yeah.
I did want to mention.
No, you didn't.
That for
I'm
in general for mental health, you can always try talking to, as far as a deity, you can talk to Kansu. He's telling me to tell people to mention that.
Oh, and Alex has been in therapy for 3 weeks now. I'm blessed that I was able to find a therapist. That's
Hallelujah,
awesome.
Man.
Yeah. Keep
good
on
for
with
you,
that.
brother.
Yeah. And okay, now I got some cookie requests here.
I'd like some cookies too.
Okay. Different festival if you're
hungry.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, we do need to feed you after this, but okay. We're going to start with one for everybody, and that's going to be that one. If anyone's tuning in after the fact, then this is, or can't put in a request, then this will be for, everyone in general. And we also that's something that I'm probably going to pick your brain on. But there have been lots of requests for what are spells or work or whatever that you can do to deal with anxiety and things like that. I can tell you, you know what, I should share this. There was a point earlier this week, and It was one of those cases where you have a dream, a bad dream, and it's right before you wake up, and it's like, okay, I'm up for the day. Um, but uh, it's funny. I don't know, don't even remember what I was doing, but I started getting bitten by little scorpions. But I remember saying, "Sir Cat, please help me. Please get rid of these scorpions for me. You're in charge of them," and they vanished like that. So, Cirquette is she's really good at helping with little things like that. And keep in mind, in the underworld texts, Cirquette helps Aset to pin down the evil serpent, so that Set and the rest of them can stab him. So she helps with things like that. But okay, so our first cookie came right out. Okay. Now this is our one for everyone, and it says, "You will soon achieve perfection." I know a lot of us are working on.
I'll be waiting for you when you get there, considering I've already done it. I'm joking, yeah.
Yeah, you're silly, Darren. Yes, you will soon achieve perfection. What's interesting is I noticed that an end tore off of the cookie, but it didn't cut off the fortune. So I'm going to interpret that to mean if it may not look perfect, but don't worry, it is perfect.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't judge by appearances. You will soon achieve perfection. That's our message. So the first one that I saw was Creature of Legend.
Are we sure that the quest wasn't a myth? I mean, it came from Creature of Legend.
Yeah, well, they got two, so Creature they've got something interesting to tell you. So we'll start with this first one. Conquer your fears. Otherwise, your fears will conquer you. Now, there's a follow-up to this. And it says, "You are a very bright individual." This message screams self-confidence, because when you put it together, conquer your fears. Otherwise, your fears will conquer you. You are a very bright individual.
You know, what they're really telling you is dismiss the BS so your brain that we gave you can go forward.
Don't second guess yourself, or
don't second guess yourself, and stop listening to people that are feeding you bullshit.
Yeah, and don't let your fears get the better of you. They're holding you back.
And beware of the person that tries to make you second guess yourself for being absolutely certain of something, or they want you to sort of tone it back down because you're being too aggressive, you're being too assertive, and all these other things. Those are the people that you run from and don't look back. And sometimes those people are people that are very close to you. Because when you start being independent and assertive, they're going to call it aggressive. They don't want you to be independent, because then they can't keep a hold of you.
Okay, well, Creature, there you go. I think they had something important to tell you tonight. Okay, and now for Sarcastic.
No way.
Way. Sarcastic, there is no reference for beauty. Now, a reference, to kind of explain, and I guess for me as an artist, your reference, what you're drawing from, you're looking to that and saying this is what beauty is. Now, there's no such thing. Beauty is what you find.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, there is no reference for beauty.
Somebody gonna think you fine as hell.
There we go. Okay, sarcastic, then Lawrence.
We already did sarcastic.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I read over that, and then
Okay.
so now we're on to Lawrence Trudell, and then Sarana. Sorry, I'm a little bit warped. I keep wanting to say Mr. Lawrence.
But you gotta say it right.
Oh,
Mr. Lawrence?
yeah, right. Yeah, Karate Kid / Cobra Kai reference there.
And I desperately want to catch up with that.
Yeah, I know. Look. How about we celebrate after I get this month's episode done? Because I'm going to be working exclusively on that for the next couple of weeks. But Lawrence, stay in touch above all with your family. That's what I'm saying. Stay in touch above all with your family. Okay, and Sarana. Okay, Sarana. What is temporary has to be temporary. Don't let it last longer than a year. And that's interesting because, in more general paganism was the thing about, a year and a day. Well, this is saying what is temporary has to be temporary. Don't let it last longer than a year. Okay. All right, then Love Deluxe, then Kit Fox and Seba Kekaway. Okay. Oh, I know. Love Deluxe says, thanks for the advice. I definitely need to practice getting authoritative with negative energies leaving me alone. Been seeing a therapist for a year, and every day I get better. That's awesome. And Penguin, hi Penguin. Yeah, you're still in the middle with us. So
we love you, Penguin.
Okay, so Love Deluxe, and then Kit Fox and Seba Kekaway. Love Deluxe.
No.
Huh?
That's got a ring to it.
Okay. When you can't naturally feel upbeat, it can sometimes help to act as if you did.
Sometime you gotta fake it till you make it.
Yes, when you can't naturally feel upbeat, it can sometimes help to act as if you did naturally feel upbeat. So, yes, and of course, now I'm thinking it sometimes helps,
But not all.
but that's a totally different line. There's a story behind that, but no, when you can't naturally feel a beat, it sometimes helps to act as if you did. Put on whatever counts as cheerful music.
That's right. Put on a happy face.
Right. Well, I don't like using that expression because it's come to mean something hollow. But
let me go ahead.
I'll choose what music I'm listening to depending on what my mood is or what I'm trying to do. And there's some things like if you're trying to feel happy, at least don't listen to One by Metallica. Okay, that's a good example of something. No, don't do that. But if there's something that does cheer you up, and that differs because I know you get pumped by listening to
Yeah,
Metallica.
they put Metallica on for me. I'm happy as a clam.
Right. So it varies from person to person, but whatever it is that makes you feel good, put that around you and it'll help.
Yeah.
So okay, so Kit Fox and Seba Kekaway. Tell you what, we'll start with Kit. If the table moves, move with it.
Go with the flow, man. Ride
Yeah.
the wave.
Right. Yes, move with it, and accord with events. Now, Seba Kekaway. Okay. And by the way, if you do manage to do that thing that you mentioned on the Facebook group about hollowing out a log to put a Cyrus in and everything, take pictures of that because that's just the description sounded really awesome. Okay, Seba Kekaway. There are two ways to shine. You can either be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. And I can say this, when you're a couple, you take turns.
Yep, you sure do.
Some days you're the candle, other days you're the mirror.
Most days I'm the mirror.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, what else is interesting is there was we know that there was some kind of a dance or something for Hato that was done, and she does have an association with mirrors. So there are two ways to shine. You can be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Okay, I'll tuck that in there. Let's see. Okay, so Solemn Sun, and then Alex. And I'm just scrolling down a little bit. I know that I'm not to the bottom of the comments yet, but I have not seen statues of Cirquet. If there are some, then y'all are gonna have to share links or something because I did some artwork for her because I just couldn't find anything. But
the only actual statues of her that I've seen are replicas of the shrine.
The one from
statues.
Yeah, the one from Touchstone, which is very nice. It might be nice to have one of those, but just something more like frontally facing. I haven't seen anything. But okay, Solemn Sun and Alex. Solemn Sun. Courtesy costs nothing. So just remember that courtesy costs nothing. It may seem like an inconvenience, but it's not. It costs nothing. Not having it, on the other hand, could get expensive. So Alex? Got that kind of smushing down in here. Okay, Alex. The best are not only the happiest, but the happiest are usually the best. I think it might help if we say the best people are not only the happiest, but the happiest people are usually the best.
Right.
So don't worry about other expectations. Worry about your own happiness, and then everything else will be able to shine through that. So keep working on you, and the rest will get there. Okay. Wait, is that a? Oh, that's a hmm. There it is. Consu seems like a hood or a good one for sleep and dreams. Yes. And still got to do that in a way that won't get us in trouble for copyright. And what was this about? Let's see. Because when it comes to Konsu, as long as we're not talking about that crazy thing that they came up with for Moon Knight, it's not copyright on that. That's why I love. That's one of the reasons why I love doing artwork with these guys. Is hey, it's public domain. Nobody owns that, contrary to the claims of some.
Now you do own your own artwork of it, but you don't own the concept of
right.
Konsu. But you own the artwork itself.
Right. Which is like their vision of Konsu. They own that, but we do some historically correct artwork, and what's that? But okay, so Blue Conlon, and then Kyle Hinojosa, and then we'll catch up because I know there's lots of comments. I'll get to those as soon as I scroll down. So Blue Conlon.
Yeah, unfortunately, that series didn't do us any favors, did it?
Well,
way it did, but in a way it didn't.
Yeah. Well, that series is a good example of what happens if you only read like a couple of books. If you only get as far as the judgment scene from the Book of the Dead, and you maybe or maybe like a dictionary, and you don't go through anything else, because there's so many other stories to be told. But okay, Blue Conlon. If the table moves, move with it. Oh, wait, but hold on. There's another cookie. Check this out. You got two fortunes in one cookie. So the second one, confidence is at a high. If the table moves, move with it.
You can do it. You got this.
Yeah.
And your confidence may not be at a high, but there is as high in you.
Yeah, so...
you got this.
Yes. And just adapt to the situation and
you got this.
Yeah. They're telling you you're all right. Okay, so Kyle Hinojosa. Kyle, pessimism never won any battle. Pessimism never won any battle. And I noticed this is sort of an overarching theme here. They're telling us, don't, and especially because, yes, we're, this is the dark end of the year, and everybody's, feeling it. But keep in mind, what happens after the solstice? The sun starts to come back. The whole thing about, it's always darkest before the dawn. I think that this is Ra telling us, don't be sad. He's going to be back on the upswing soon enough.
Yes, I recently said that on Facebook.
Yeah. Sarcastic says, pro tip, not all scorpions are poisonous. I didn't learn that until after I got stung by one. Well, from what I was reading, because I decided after that to look up and see, like, what scorpions were native to my area. And there's like a couple of them, but, with those, it's a case of, It's like getting stung by a bee or a wasp or something. Unless you're allergic, you're not going to have a problem. But you still don't want to deal with it. But there are other parts in the world, and I think there's also one in the Southwest that is a little more potent. But it depends on where you are. Let's see. Oh wow! And Alex says I've been writing down my divination / dreams / moments where the Nechidar have shown up in my life since late January of last year, and they've all come true in my life. That's really awesome. Um, hmm. Okay. And Alex is saying, seeing a pile of fortune cookies makes me hungry. And Lauren said, yeah, so I haven't called my mom the past few days. Maybe it's that. Yeah.
So call mom.
Yeah, call mom.
You call yours, I'll call mine.
Yeah. Okay, an oracle. And somebody's got some links to some statues for Circuit. And yes, remember to like the video. Okay, and let's see, oracle and Sarah Carter. Okay. Okay. Yay. All right. Oracle and Sarah Carter. Okay. Oracle. Finish your works on hand. Don't be greedy. Whatever it is, finish your works on hand. Don't be greedy.
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, focus on what you've got in front of you. Finish your works on hand. And don't be greedy for more. Yeah, don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah.
Okay, and now Sarah Carter. Sarah Carter. Excitement and intrigue follow you closely wherever you go. I hope it follows. I hope it's good excitement and intrigue that follows you closely wherever you go. So many oracles. Oh, I know what they're talking about. Okay, Wolf Buzz. Long day here, but made it to the service this week. Awesome. Yeah, if you want a cookie, just let us know. And yeah, I guess when it comes to family and stuff like that. Quick story. I visited my grandmother. Not this week, but last week, and she got to go home this week. I'm really glad for that. But apparently, other people in my family had a freak out that I just went and visited my grandmother out of nowhere, and they all thought that I'm just trying to get in good with her so that I can get her money, which is ridiculous because I'm her granddaughter. I'm not named in any of this stuff. She has 9 kids.
Right.
And
you know what? They're not getting anything either because she ain't that rich.
Right. Well, you know what? I don't know, and I haven't seen the books. It's not my business. I don't care. Either way, whatever she has is going to get split 9 ways. It's not going to be that much. What's the point of fighting? But more importantly, what's funny about this is they couldn't fathom the idea that I just wanted to go visit my grandmother and check on her because I was worried she might be going into a nursing home. And that I was actually glad to know that she was okay after having just gotten over COVID pneumonia at 91. I lost a friend half her age to that. But these people don't know that. And so they just, what's kind of sad about it is people can be so cynical that they don't believe someone could actually be just trying to do a nice thing. But that's their laws. So, meanwhile, I'm just laughing at the fact that I caused them to freak out. And apparently, imagine you have 7 sisters all on a group text, and my father is stuck on this group text, and he's not tech savvy enough to know how to get out of it. And so they're blowing up his phone, apparently while he was out in the woods trying to hunt, and he didn't get anything that weekend. So, because his phone kept going.
Well, if it wasn't going to be in group text, it was going to be his glucose monitor. So he wasn't going to kill nothing anyway. Except time. He managed to slay sometimes.
Yes.
They got him an 18-point clock. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes people do things to themselves. So don't worry about seeing two people get their comeuppance. Just let them do. They will fix themselves. And I will have to remember that advice myself sometimes. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh, goodness, and poor Wolf says, if you didn't see my Facebook post there, the tooth shattered when the dentist tried to pull it, so I had to cut it out. Oh, God. Yeah. Well, actually, I had a wisdom tooth extracted about 13 years ago, where they had to actually go in and it's like, and you don't really know what's going on. If I could, do like our neighbor Mama Chan used to do, I would like cook you some, sticky rice and give you green tea. But in the meantime, we'll just say prayers for your recovery and for your head not to hurt too bad. And for everyone who's suffering allergy issues as we change into winter, may we have some relief from that too, because it's been a very rough year for that. So let me know, guys, if you have any other requests. And try and put some of these crumbs here into the bowl. And of course, there's links that Ori has been kind enough to provide. Also, check the description because there's links like to the Patreon, and I've just posted kind of an update of what I'm working on. And when the new video comes out, you'll see it there first, and good stuff like that. So, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure. So the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. Name of Tefnut, mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Newt in the shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asat and Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nibet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khemenu endures. As the name of Ra in Yakhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Hathor, O Sekhmet. You have come in peace, O Yunechiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, O Hathor, O Sekhmet. May you go forth in peace, O Yunechiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Yeah, a lot of folks have had saying that they've had bad allergies too. Well, guys, thank you so much as always for joining us, and we always love to hear from you. And this is the best part of our week always.
Indeed.
We hope everybody has a good weekend and safe travels, and that we see you again next Friday. Much love, everybody. Join the Discord.